YouTube? Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel web for all things geeky and cool. And welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to a brand new Funko review and unboxing video. And I'm hyped to talk about this guy right here, the Pop Retro Toys Funko Store exclusive Optimus Prime with lights and sound. MSRP pricing about $18 US. If you enjoy this sort of content on my channel, remember to smash that like button and subscribe. One little click from you means a lot to me, especially getting this content across YouTube, across the algorithm. All hail the algorithm. For people looking for this content, can find it. And I really think this is a really cool pop. A lot to talk about, a lot to unpack. I'm going to do this a little differently. I'm not going to go down to the table. I'm going to do it all in one take. Let me know if you like this sort of content better than my going up close to the table, getting really up close shots, or I'm going to do some B-roll littered within this video. Let me know in the comments what you like better. So let's talk about the Pop Retro Toys Optimus Prime with lights and sound. Really cool looking pop. From what I played around with it a little bit, really neat. Let's do a full breakdown of this packaging because it looks really much like a G1 box that you would have saw for Transformers back in, let's say, 1983-ish. That's what it feels like to me. Let's really talk about it. Let's dig into this pop now. There'll be, again, B-roll shots up close to talk about this pop. Let's talk about the packaging. It looks really cool. Again, this is more of a retro look to it. Pop Retro Toys, the all-important Transformers logo right there. Pop number 120. We come to the side of the box that looks like Optimus from the old school G1 packaging. Over here it does say Optimus Prime right there. And the back really showcases off that banner that you saw back in the old school G1 toys. Looks really cool. And again, if you had, let's say, an Autobot, you would have this sort of red and blackish looking tech background card. That's how it would look back in the day. If it was a Decepticon, it'd be more of a purpley color. And you have all the pops within this wave that you could have gotten if you would have bought other figures in that particular wave. One thing about this packaging, it's a little different. And what I mean by that, I want to talk about that real quickly because I don't normally go into scale. I want to talk about scale because I don't want you to get this confused with a big in-box pop as opposed to a super-sized pop. The packaging here is much different. If you go front to back, which is basically the top here, it comes in about 5.5 inches this way. Going across this way here, it's about 6.5 inches this way. And in the height of it, it comes to about 8.5 inches in height. Now, don't get this confused with a standard size box for Funko. I want to bring in Grimlock here, which is another Transformers. You can definitely see the difference in scale. Much different. If I come this way, you'll even see more I'm talking about. Way bigger for this packaging, considered to, let's say, Grimlock here. And it's kind of weird because Optimus here isn't much really bigger than this Grimlock. And that's the confusing part that I ran into when I was kind of figuring out how to shoot this video, because this is not a big in-box Funko. A big in-box Funko would be a box this size with a rather large pop. The figure almost fits the entire box. This is considered a super-sized box, about 6 inches in scale, which is what they call a super-sized pop. A jumbo pop would be a 10-inch pop. This fits in sort of what you call the super-sized scale. But Optimus here, because the way he was built and he was engineered, he's about 5.5 inches in size, including the base. Because what they did is they hid all the lights and sounds gimmick, the computers, the technology itself inside the base, and there's lights and gimmicks with the eyes that makes it glow, and that's the gimmick behind this particular pop. Very cool engineering they did here, but again, I want to showcase off the packaging because you can see them side by side. There's definitely a difference in scale, and that's what I'm getting at. That's the whole point of this portion of this video. You can see how much bigger this box is compared to this one, and it really throws your eye out. It throws your eye out of whack when you look at this because it doesn't look right in person. On camera, it might come across weird maybe, but in person, it looks really weird. So let's get him out of the packaging now so you can understand what I'm talking about. I'm going to keep this all as one take. We're going to take him right out of the packaging. Normally I'll go down to the table, but he's really neat. I like what they did here. Very cool version of Optimus here. The way to make this work is a little pull tab on the bottom, and we'll talk about that shortly. Let's talk about this pop because he looks really neat. Again, if you look at this, it screams Optimus Prime to me. It really looks like Prime. Even if you're someone who's not a fan of Transformers or cartoons back in the 80s, Optimus and Transformers has a worldwide brand to them. So a lot of people, especially with the movies, the Michael Bay movies, people know who Optimus is. And he looks really good. I like what they did with it. He does have a kind of odd-sized proportions where his head is massive. And he's on this base here, which has the Autobot symbol. I don't know if you can see. I'll get hopefully an up-close shot of it in B-roll. He's standing on a base, an orange-colored base. It looks like something that was the Ark back in, let's say, the 80s. But he has that Ark feel to him from, let's say, Teletran 1 would have been. And it does have the Autobot symbol right there. Again, it's hard to see because the way it's positioned for the camera. But that's the way he looks. He looks really cool. Hopefully the lighting gives it justice here, guys. Apologies for the lighting. And he is holding his cannon right there in that hand. He's pointing with one finger out like this. And there is some gimmicks to this pop. We'll talk about that shortly, because there's really cool functions to him. But before I get to the gimmicks, I want to bring in another pop so you can see what I'm talking about. I brought a Jetfire here, and it's very similar in scale. If you cut the base off of this guy here, he would basically be the same size. What's giving him this kind of illusion of height is this additional size of this base. So he's about, I would say, close to 5.5 inches in height, adding the base. So let's physically add it up. Let's measure him out, just for posterity's sake. Let's measure him all the way. So he comes in at about 5.5 inches in height, which is what I thought he would be. And again, he's very, very cool. The articulation, not there because of the gimmick. Normally, you would have articulation with a pop like this. Our Jetfire friend here does have articulation. His head does spin. But because how they engineered this with the lights and sound gimmick, his head doesn't move. So he basically has a higher ball joint on his neck to really give the effect when you use the functions of lights and sounds and hit all the electronics here inside this base. You can see how much thicker that base is to a traditional base. So all the electronics, the computer chips, is basically screwed into the bottom of this base as a speaker. Let's talk about that lights and sound now. To activate it, there's a little pull tab. I don't know if you can see it here. You pull the pull tab out, and there's 3 functions for the lights and sounds for Optimus. So let's go through them one by one. I'll kind of get close to the mic so you can hear it and you can see it.
More than meets the eye.
That's, of course, Peter Cullen, the predominant Optimus Prime voice.
Autobots, roll out.
Very cool. And now you get a transforming sound. Again, very, very cool. I'll take the mic off here so you can hear what it looks like. Apologies for the noise. Let's go through it again, guys.
More than meets the eye. Autobots,
you see the lights up.
Roll out.
See the eyes light up? And you get that as well. One thing to note of that I do want to mention, put the mic back on here, guys, is that the base lights up as well.
More than meets the eye. Autobots, roll out.
So you can see even the eyes lights up and the chest lights up.
More than meets the eye.
So I think this is very, very cool what they did here. I like that, the sense of the sounds, the lights, the gimmicks. Let's put them side by side and put them on my turntable here and spin them around so you can see what I'm talking about with Jetfire. And the last part, I might do a breakdown. Again, this is the gimmick here. Again, his price is about $18 US. With shipping all in, you're looking at about $30. Would I recommend buying this? It's the end portion I would do for all my videos. Should you buy this Optimus Prime? Again, if you're a fan of Transformers, you like Prime, this is a gimme. This is very, very cool. This is nostalgia to me, screaming. It's like my youth screaming out to me, Rook, buy this stuff, because it's very, very cool. It's very, very neat what Funko has done, literally taken an animated series figure and put it in vinyl figure form. They do have other Optimus Primes that are out in Funko, but they don't have any yet that have a lights and sound gimmick like this guy.
Autobots, roll out.
I love it. I can hear it all day long. I absolutely love what they did here. Again, you'll see some B-roll shots literally throughout this particular video. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. This will be definitely a buy in my particular opinion. You should purchase this, again, if you're a fan of the old school cartoon, you like the new movies, you like Optimus Prime. This is definitely a gimme. Now, you could get this at Funko's website, Funko.com. You could probably get it from Amazon or eBay, maybe even Big Bad Toy Store. You could probably get it there or through a third-party site itself. Don't spend more, in my personal opinion, I would not spend more than $25, $30 US. Again, if you can't get it at Funko's website, which is what, about $18 normal US, don't spend more than $25, $30 all in. That's what I think about that particular pop. So I do hope you like this video review, again, of pop number 120 here. Let me just spin it around again. Packaging, pop number 120, Optimus Prime. Remember to click the like button on the page, click the all-important subscribe button. When you subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to be notified of my latest videos. And of course, last but not least, you click windows here and here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. See you next video. And roll out. Bye-bye, guys.